Hey guys, Colorado Camper Matt Brian here. So in today's video, I'm going to show you guys how to install these little RV gutter spouts. So I purchased these on Amazon. I'll put a link in the description where I bought them. But I bought these because on one side of our camper, we had a bad hailstorm and our ones from the factory just got completely toasted. The UV rays over the years has just made that vinyl really brittle, and then the hail just came in and destroyed them. So I went ahead and bought these. The thing I like about these is the spout is actually a lot bigger. So these are supposed to shoot the water out and over, which is definitely going to be nice because ours were really never big initially anyways. And so some of the water just it just barely goes out. And if you're camped or parked at an angle at all, the water comes back and hits your camper, and on our camper it makes a really ugly line. So this prevents that from happening. But I had to replace the vinyl insert pieces on the corners, which I'll put a link to the video that I did for that. And I had to take off the screw that holds in the downspout, and so I figured this would be a great time to do this. So I'll show you guys the tools you're going to need for this project, and then I'll show you guys how to install these bad boys. Alright guys, so here's the tools that you're going to need for this project. Again, I'll put Amazon links to where you can buy this stuff, or some of this stuff you can pick up at your local hardware store. So you are going to need a drill and a drill bit. The size bit that I used was a 3/32. You are going to need a blade as well, and obviously your RV gutter spouts. I used a 5-in-1 as well as a square bit screwdriver, a number 2. I used a wet rag as well as a caulk gun with big stretch clear caulking. I'm waiting for die core to come in from Amazon. Even if I had that here today, I would still use some of this big stretch and the die core for a couple different areas. And then the ladder that I was using is my extend and climb ladder. I've had this thing for years, literally used it hundreds of times. I'm a painting contractor, and I used to have the cheap versions of this from Amazon that you can find for like $100, and they literally broke on me and my guys. So if you need a extension ladder, this thing is awesome. It goes 16 feet up, and then it breaks down really nicely, and it's sturdy. I've used this thing hundreds of times, and it still goes up and down just fine. I feel safe, and it is a little bit more expensive, but this thing's awesome. Alright, so here is where our gutter was. I was just playing around with it and it just snapped off. But anyways, we are going to need to remove this screw right here, and then we're going to need to cut this excess off right here. Now, as I mentioned, I am going to be replacing this because you might be able to see down the road there. It is broken. I actually just replaced this one, but anyways, I'm going to take that out and go ahead and get this stuff cut off here. Get this unscrewed here. I want to get back behind the old gutter, and then down below it as well. This is where we're going to use our 5-in-1. Hopefully pop this off a little bit. Alright, so we popped this off. And again, this is broken. We do have another screw here that we got to take out. This is where it would help if my old gutter wasn't that broken. Here we go. And there we go. That's what's left of my downspout. This little tiny piece, and that is it. So I'm going to get the rest of this caulking cleaned up and get some of it ripped off here. Alright, so now that we got the old caulking all cleaned up here, we're going to go ahead and get the spout put in here, and you'll be able to see the white under the old screw holes, but you want to make sure you put it up and over as far as it'll go. And then once it's up and over as far as it'll go, you're going to go ahead and take your drill and just very slightly just pop through the plastic. Now one of these was underneath the vinyl piece, which was this one, and then the other one was on top of it. So we're just going to put this one back. And then we're going to go ahead and seal around this now. But that's pretty much it. That's all you got to do. So we're going to take our big stretch, and then we're just going to go ahead and seal up right in here along the outside and then along the bottom as well. And then once we put our vinyl piece back over, we'll screw that in, then we'll put some big stretch over that. Alright guys, well that does it for this install video. Overall, very easy project for sure. I'm always a happy camper whenever I have a project like this that goes easy and smooth and you don't need a lot of tools. Because if you own a camper out there, I'm sure you know there is no shortage of projects and maintenance to do on your camper. So when it's easy like this, that's always a bonus. But anyways, thank you guys for checking out this video. Throw a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.